All right, good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Harp and Miss Johnson with Miss Johnson Starfish for a STEAM lesson today for this Monday. We have a really cool challenge for you. We're going to ask you to build something called an end effector. Now, I know that's kind of a crazy word, but it just means something like a tool on the end of something else. So if you'll take a look at our little end effector here, this is what we're going to ask you to make or challenge you to make. So an end effector can be found on robots within factories, but one of the main places that you can find this little tool is on a spaceship. NASA uses it on their spaceships. So they use it as an arm or an extension so they can pick up things while in space. So if they're going to the moon and they need to grab a rock, they use something called an end effector if the astronaut can get it. So if you'll watch very closely, Miss Johnson has the end effector there, and she's got these strings and loops. And as she's looping, you'll notice that it creates kind of a triangle or some triangles in there and a little basket to hold things. So watch it one more time. It's looped, and as she turns it, here you go. It creates these little triangles. Now, what that can do, and let's show them.
Sure.
Okay. So what an end effector can do, when you first have it in the open position, you can put it over something like this ping pong ball, and then turn the end effector the right way.
The right way. Okay, that was not.
Okay, so what just happened? We had a little fail, but that's okay, right?
Right,
Miss Johnson?
Fail. First attempt at learning.
All right, we're going to try it again. Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going to put it down. We're going to turn it.
Let me hold it for you there.
Yes.
There we go. Voila. Very good. So it kind of like closed in and created a little basket, right?
That's right.
Okay, let's see that in action one more time. Okay, watch closely, boys and girls.
Leave it open. Put it down. Twist it.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There we go.
Got it.
Awesome. Much better the second time. Always keep trying.
That's right.
Very good.
Then
So
you can release it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It just comes right back out. Awesome. So it's just a twisting and turning motion of the end effector. If you take a look at this short little video clip that we're about to show you of a real end effector on the real NASA spaceship. Spaceship. Okay, so wasn't that super cool to see how those things, the end effector, work live in action on such a massive, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a very, very big piece of machinery and how it actually works in real life. So there are other ways. You guys can do some research on the internet and find some other ways that end effectors are used, like in machines, on robots, and in, what did I say, factories,
like an assembly
line. Right. So those are some cool ways that these can be done. So let's get into showing you how to make one of these at home. So what do we need first?
All right.
We need
2 cups.
We need 2 cups. We need 4 pieces of string cut to about 4 inches. So you can do a little math and some measuring there.
Some tape.
Some tape. Something to cut with, right? So we actually use this little butter knife, but you should ask your parents for help for this part, just to be safe. Okay, so a little plastic knife will work.
Yeah.
We need some scissors.
Maybe some scissors if the knife doesn't work for you, and then get a few things that you want to try to pick up.
Yep, excellent. So here are the materials list again. Okay, so let's show you how to make it. All right,
you're going to take your 2 cups and you're just going to lay them on top of each other just like this, because it's easier to cut both the cups at the same time instead of separately. So just turn it sideways and find your point where you want to start your cut. Remember to have your parent or somebody help you with this part. Take your knife and just start cutting through at a certain point. It's loud, so we're not going to cut all the way through on the video for you, but you will cut all the way through holding both cups together. When you're finished, you will have 2 pieces like this that will fit on top of each other.
So the smaller piece, the shorter piece needs to be on the top?
The shorter piece on the top,
okay.
Larger piece on the bottom. All right, so after you've done that,
Let me get a little closer, Miss Johnson, so we can see you.
you're going to take your pieces of string that you've already pre-cut to 4 inches. You can use a ruler or a tape measure to do that with. And we're going to start on the smaller piece, the top piece that fits over the bottom. And we're going to take 3 pieces of string on this part, and they will actually loop over into the inside of this circle. So you'll tape it on the outside and just let it fall into the inside of the circle, and that's how we will tape it to the bottom.
Okay, and this is the outside cup, right?
Yes, this is the outside, the smaller cup that will fit on top.
All right.
So 3 pieces of string.
So let's do another one. And so we want to do kind of like evenly spread them out across the diameter of the cup. Okay.
Let it fall in. Remember, they're going to fall inside the inside of the circle as you tape them.
We only needed 3 pieces of string. Did we say 4 in the beginning? I can't remember now.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so our 3 pieces are in there, and the loop is kind of...
All right, so you've got your 3 on the top circle that are just taped on the outside and just dangling down. And then you're going to tape those to the bottom part on the inside of the circle.
So they loop right over in place where they're actually taped.
They just go straight down, and you will tape them where they fall onto the bottom part of the circle.
Okay, so if you hold it kind of forward to the camera.
Do it like this so you guys can see.
It's going to be tricky with the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put the cups together. Let's try that. So we're just going to tape it.
It might be a little long to...
Let me hold it, Ms. Johnson. You want to grab another piece of tape and get ready for the next one?
You might need a second set of hands on this part to help you tape it, because by yourself it would be kind of hard.
Make sure that there's enough of a little loop here hanging off so that you have area to grab things with. Okay. Now, one way that you can make this your own is you can decorate this with Sharpies.
Stickers.
Yeah, stickers. That's a good idea. You can even paint it, but you want to let it dry before you start working with it. And I think that's it.
That's it, guys. Once you get it taped, you should be able to twist it.
Good.
And then you should be able to see how it will make that little basket, that little cradle to pick up the items that you want to try to grasp with it.
Awesome. You did a good job.
Thank you.
For your first try.
Teamwork. That's the dream work.
Okay, boys and girls, so we really want to see your end effectors in action. So don't forget to post on Padlet or the Facebook page and show us what you're working on. And then right now, we're going to have a reading of a really amazing book. I know they say they're all amazing, but I love all the STEAM books. This one is called The Most Magnificent Thing. Have you ever read that?
I have not.
Just like last week, this is about a little girl who is struggling to make things work. She wants to make something, and she's got this really great idea, but she has to work super hard because it's just not working. But she doesn't give up. And remember that word that we talked about last week was perseverance. She keeps going, and in the end, she makes something really cool. So stay tuned for the video, and don't forget to post your end effectors for us. All right, bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things. He unmakes things. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it, and she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She rocks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kinda sort of okay. It's all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese, but none of them are magnificent. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She gets mad. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work. Her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain, and she explodes. It's not her finest moment. I'm no good at this. I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much help at first. But before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel-to-seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works very carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. This is the perfect thing to ward off bears. This will stop that leak. This one's all wet. The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left, and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing.